Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction. And it is for Nisemonogatari. It is episode 3 and you know what to do. As always, please go down into my descriptions. Follow the link, remove the circumflex dot parts, replace them with real dots and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear out my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. Well, for those that came back, welcome back. That was an interesting episode. There was a lot in. Holy heck, there was so much in this episode. A lot of fun, but as it seems, finally a new plot and a new character, which I have never seen before. So let's go through it, right? Well, first things first. They finally finished cleaning up the books and were. Well, just having a little talk, which led to this very interesting piece of paper here, to this line of relationships that Araragi has, Koyomi, and I like the very interesting idea that Suruga threw up. So she said, "I think you will marry Hanekawa in the end, Hanekawa Tsubasa." Which will mean that you make out with Senjougahara. No, just like that, but no relationship anymore. And but first you will make out with me, and then with Senjougahara additionally. And it was Aragi who said, "Well, but that would mean in this picture that I'm in love with Hachiguchi." Out of all those characters we know. By the way, he missed one female character which he met last episode. So and she mentioned it later on that he may be missing something important as well. Well, interesting theories. She then stated that she might be his mistress as well. So they're really going for this talking, for a lot of playful but a little bit sexualized conversation, and as it was in the last episode already, it continued like that. But the one thing that she told him, and I think that is the one thing that's true, is that he's kind of easily manipulated by the girls, and that is something we have seen since the first season already. She mentioned something which came in importantly later on in the episode, so she didn't say what it is exactly, but there is a very strange relationship between Senjougahara and Hanekawa, which she doesn't completely agree with, doesn't completely understand maybe, but there is something that those two have like a history. We will see. They had a little bit of playing and everything, and by doing this, he mentioned the twister thing, which once again shows, because I wasn't sure, but he really didn't catch the fact that this was not a game in the meaning of just playing a game. Twister was meant to be played so that she could touch him, and other way around possibly as well, and he didn't really get that one. I mean, come on. Whatever. They talked about her arm. That is something that is strange to me. So I completely agree with Aragi that it shouldn't be easy to hide the fact that her arm is different, that her arm is bandaged all the time, because it is since months. Or even longer. I think it is. I don't know when exactly it changed so much into this monkey paw. But in the end, it is this way since quite a while by now. So her grandparents are worried, so they are interested in her, but as far as I understood, her parents are not as much. It is mainly about her mother here, but there seems to be a lot of problems in this family, in the meaning of that she can't wait those years to leave the house of her parents. And later on, we get to meet a new character who seems to be interested in her. but mainly because of her mother, it seems. So he's not talking about her directly, he's talking about the daughter, no, the child of Gaen, or Gain, I'm not sure how to say it, so I will say Gaen, which is the girl's name of her mother, as far as I understood that. So there is something more than just what is known to me by now. So I guess we will learn more about her family soon. At least we should. Because I think her mother is either completely uninterested in her, which would be sad, or she is kind of knowing what is going on, which would be strange as well, because she didn't help. Both not good. Well, we met someone new. 1 second, sorry. Someone named Kaiki. Dead Tree. Strange name, but very fitting for the outward appearance. When Aragi entered the street, coming out of the house, and saw him the first time, my instant idea was vampire, you know, or something like that. Something creature of the night, undead stuff. Because we had a blood red background. The water was flowing red, like blood. And we had this gnarly black tree, which was in the back of the black forest, kind of, but not living like, more like dead forest, which is fitting for a dead tree. So yeah, but it seems a lot like that. Additionally, he mentioned something, Kaiki, when talking about himself as dead tree. If I'm the dead tree, I'm the old one, then you are like a sapling, which means someone who's just has been planted and is starting to grow. Seeing that he is a vampire since a very short amount of time. Maybe that's what it's about. But I'm just guessing here if Kaiki has some kind of powers. He talked about searching if there's like an aura. So he has some knowledge of the supernatural. But he very fast made it clear that there's no money to be made. So he's very, very focused on the monetary stuff. Which possibly is not the best. I then learned the first time that there is someone apart from Oshinomeme, someone called Julio or Gillet. I'm not sure, the cutter. I'm thinking about the guillotine, so I guess it is guillotine cutter. There was no picture yet, but he seems to be someone who has knowledge of the supernatural as well. And the aura, the way that Kaiki behaved and walked and talked, seems to be a lot like for this guillotine cutter and for Oshinomeme. There was this flashback, those flashes of the picture of Oshinomeme and Kaiki like blending over each other, and yes, there was something like a kindness in them. Not in the meaning of, sorry, not in the meaning of being kind, I mean in like they are like a little bit. They feel somehow related. However, he seems to be more of a negative character, because Aragi very clearly stated that he feels him as a threat. So he did the right thing by just going away, by just leaving. But I mean, he has been seen by now. So there will be problems in the future, especially if you think how Aragi is. He will jump in and try to help people again. He will do. Senjougahara evaded him when they met and kind of insulted him, threatened him and everything. But there was an interesting scene again, because it shows this very strange relationship those two have. So she is completely aware of that he's meeting other girls, other women. And she's even aware that they are kind of playing with him, trying to lure him into some acts of debauchery, some kind of sexual favors, or at least a little bit of romance, you know? And it was impressive that she could tell the exact amount of numbers, how many the girls were. So in my opinion, it's very clear who has the upper hand in this relationship. But I'm not sure if she has the upper hand because she is stronger or tougher. Because of the thing that happened later on in the episode. When he broke from the cushions, from the ropes and everything. There is a moment when he is focused, when he knows what he wants to do. And then she cannot stop him. So I think she has the upper hand in the relationship because he allows it and he likes it. No, it's his kind of way that he likes the relationship. She likes that he is popular, although she threatens him that she will kill him if he goes too far, which makes sense. And then they come to talk about Kaiki Dishu. So that's the full name. And this is why she abducted him. So she wants to keep him away from Kaiki Dishu for his own safety. Because she made bad experiences with him. So possibly when she got her problem in the first time, he claimed to help her and took a lot of money, and as it seems this was a minor thing, so I can only guess he did worse stuff. And I have no idea where this might go. But if she already stated that the money is a minor thing, there might be something very, very personal that has happened in the past. And seeing the way that Aragi is, I guess if he finds out, and something tells me he will find out, he will try to get things even or make things right. He will try to help others now, like his sister as example. So I'm pretty sure he will encounter Kaiki again and he will get problems by doing so. And although Senjougahara wants to keep him away, he simply can't. There's no chance. So, seeing that although she says he's a fraud, he has a lot of knowledge about the supernatural, I would definitely not underestimate him. Seeing that Aragi clearly stated that he felt threatened by him. If it is Aragi himself or maybe his vampire side that tells him that if he feels that there is something to it. So this dude is more than just a fraud. He may be a fraud in some of the things he promises by helping, but I guess he's able to maybe not summon directly powers of the supernatural side of the abominations and the like, but he possibly knows enough to make, as example, very, very valid curses or stuff alike. So he may be a problem. To me, it is interesting that he appears just a short amount of time after Oshino left. Kind of reminds me a little bit about those of you who have seen Buffy. There is one Slayer in an area, and there's one of those supervisors for the Slayers in an area. So it feels maybe that they like have specific areas and they know of each other. I guess that Kaiki realized that Oshino Meme was gone and then went into this area. I'm pretty sure if he is so negative as he seems to be by now, Oshino would have done something against him. Very sure. So, Senjougahara tried to bind Aragi so that he doesn't follow in the footsteps of Kaiki, that he doesn't try to meet him or to whatever is going on with this guy, do something against him. And in many ways, it seemed as though that would have worked if he would have left the city in a short amount of time. You know, Aragi would have to stay some days there, and it's okay. If he would stay in the city, that might be a problem because Senjougahara still wouldn't want to let Aragi leave. So she feels a lot of threat by Kaiki. She even says she would kill him. Not sure about that. And then there's the one thing that, as I already mentioned, is very interesting for me. There is this call from the sister, the message from the sister, which is about that she needs help. And this is a moment where you can see for a second Aragi being honest, not in the meaning of that he's dishonest normally, but being clear, being specific, being focused, laser sharp. He instantly rips the cords and everything that holds him and wants to go and help his sister. So he is, although he always is telling his sisters kind of worry him and he's so over them, he has no shadow of the doubt. When something happens, he goes instantly to help. So I like that. It's very, very positive. And there is a moment when he clearly speaks to Senjougahara when he goes out of the game. So the other things, the abduction, the Senjougahara is mean to me, you can't say that, and stuff like that, is all, it is him, but it is kind of a play. It is something that he likes to play and everything. But when he is focused on what he wants to do, like here, he just goes over it and says, I'm sorry, I have no more time for playing now. I need to help my sister. So that's a big one. I like his honesty here. The thing that he says, you love me because I'm the one that goes and helps people. And if I wouldn't help my sister now, who would I be? I wouldn't be the one that you love. So very fitting. And that's something she can't deny, you know? It's, that's it. She states that she would want to stop him, although she possibly has no chance against a vampire. And, but she is someone that will not simply give up. And he says that's the thing that why he likes her, one of the things. So there's a moment of complete truth to each other, of complete honesty, no playing around. I like that. It's good, and it is kind of needed to specify in this moment that he has to leave. It is not something where they can play around anymore. It is important now. And this very tender moment, this very important moment in my opinion, is stopped, interrupted, as it seems, by Hanekawa, at least by a call. And this is another storyline, maybe connected to the one we have seen now, but so we go back to the Hanekawa and Senjougahara have a very strange kind of relation with each other. And it seems that Senjougahara is doing what Hanekawa tells her to do. She is even saying, I wrote it down. I will do what you say. Whatever you say. I'll do whatever you say. I mean, that's not like, I'll do it this time. Whatever you say, I will do it. That's a big one. I don't know how long this kind of relationship is going on there. I have one guess that it is maybe about the fact that Senjougahara is with Aragi and Hanekawa is not. And I guess Senjougahara is aware of the fact that Hanekawa loves Aragi. So maybe they had a talk. Maybe Hanekawa came clean to her and kind of, I don't know how to say, put the pistol on her head and said, you will have Aragi for now, but therefore you have to do when it is needed what I say. Just a guess. Although that doesn't seem to be the kind of girl that Hanekawa is. But, I mean, when we're talking about Hanekawa, it could still very well be that it is not the kind of Hanekawa that we see normally. Maybe it is a cat. Or maybe something in the past happened. I mean, they known each other even before Aragi met Senjougahara. We will learn, I guess. We will learn. So it's interesting. She lets him go. So I have to question whether Hanekawa was aware of the fact that Aragi was bound there and not allowed to move. And she apologized to him. And that felt strange because I think you could clearly see that she struggled with the apology. Not sure why. It might be because she's not used to apologize, or she was forced by Hanekawa to do it. So even then, that would mean Hanekawa forced her to do two things: apologize and do as I say and let him go. Very strange, very strange. However, it's interesting. Something's going on. Question is, what's going on with the sister? Why is she calling for help? Why is she calling her big brother? Can only guess. Seeing that Senjougahara said that a man of justice will not be able to stop Kaiki, and his Aragi's reply in his mind was, I'm not the Fire Sisters. One might guess that they kind of had a run-in with him already. Might be. And if not already, then possibly they will do soon. We have to realize they were following the lines, the footsteps of the snake curse from season 1. So we know that there were two, a boy and a girl, who put the snake curse out in the world. And Oshinomeme said it was badly done, not very well done, but it worked, howsoever. And it was kind of surprising that it worked. You know, a bit of knowledge is needed still. So maybe, just maybe, Kaiki was involved and gave them the knowledge about this curse. Just an idea. So that would be an option why the Fire Sisters encounter him now. Just guessing. So, whatever it will be, next episode we will possibly find out a little bit more about him, about, hopefully, a bit about the relationship between the two girls, and more about the sisters. And seeing that Karen has a black belt, maybe she's just ripping Kaiki apart. That would be nice, you know? If he's like, I'm supernatural, I know things about the abomination, don't threaten me, girl. And she just goes ballistic in his face. Would be nice. I guess not. But it would be interesting, right? So, that's it for this time. And as always, please feel free to comment, to like, and to subscribe. I will see you the next episode. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye. Out.